Dear viewers all over the world, welcome broadcasting from Tallinn, Estonia. I'm Doris, Põld, CEO of Estonian SmartEST cluster, and in the name of ITS Estonia network, it's my pleasure to kick off today's event. Estonia has a reputation of fully digital society, where everything can be done online. We believe that sharing our knowledge will lead us towards innovation and new collaboration possibilities. The first wave and shutting down all the world, all the physical world around us demonstrated very significant importance of digital capabilities of all the organizations and businesses. Adjusting and adapting technology was and is more important than ever. Although the crisis is not over, we must think about how to recover from that. And what matters is how we think about it. Are we waiting to go back to the pre-crisis status quo? Or are we going to take a bolder step towards greener, more sustainable and safer future? During the next 45 minutes, we introduce you 9 innovative services what can soften the blow of COVID-19 and help us to achieve the smartest cities around the world. How? By experimenting, by developing infra, making decisions based on data, rethinking of products and services. Each one of them will look COVID-19 related challenges from their perspective. The program, I can promise, is very intense, but still we welcome you to be involved actively. It means that post your questions in the chat, and I can promise that after our presenters are off the stage, they will definitely answer to your questions. So be actively involved and enjoy the program.
Hello, I come from the Smart City Center of Excellence that is established by 2 universities, TalTech from Estonia and Aalto from Finland. The establishment of the center is supported by the Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Grant. We have got an ambitious goal to become a world-level research and innovation center and improve real city environments. We are working in 5 streams that are mobility, energy, built environment and city planning, governance, and data. And in all those 5 streams, there are teams of researchers from both of these universities. Next to the basic research done daily in those 5 research streams, we have a great opportunity to lead a large-scale international smart city challenge that has got a budget of 15 million euros. It is targeting real city challenges, and we are looking for research-intensive ideas to be carried out in close cooperation with real cities. We can offer up to 1.5 million euros of financing per project, and they will have 1 to 3 years to achieve their results. We have identified 10 most relevant issues in the urban environments in Estonia, and the ideas have to offer solutions for these challenges. We have received 71 ideas proposed from 6 different countries, and our International Evaluation Committee has now to choose the best of these ideas in the beginning of December. 2 to 4 projects will start from January, and we will repeat this competition during the following 3 to 4 years. We can be flexible with the plans and budgets of the selected projects to achieve really the best results. This means that we will use agile development, we will go with sprints, and also are open for pivots if these will be needed. The establishment of the center is run by the project called Finest Twins that has got 4 partners, which are Tallinn University of Technology, Aalto University, Forum Virium Helsinki, and Estonian Ministry of Economic Affairs and Communication. The piloting program is financed by the Estonian Ministry of Research and Education and European Regional Fund. We are very open to collaborate with cities from all around the world, and also we explore opportunities to work together with private companies. As our mission is to bring research and innovation to the streets, to urban environments, it is to real people. So our researchers would come out of their labs to really communicate and collaborate with cities and private companies. Thank you, and please contact us to really explore cooperation opportunities.
Hi everyone. I'm here to tell you a story about how to support green recovery for cities and how to do it by using mobile positioning data for planning better public transport. The city I'm telling you about is Tartu, very nice city, home of 100,000. And this graph shows the public transport use during past 5 years. What I want you to notice from this graph is the yellow line showing what happened when the new public transport network was introduced last year, and the red line showing the impressive recovery from COVID this year. Why is it so important? As you can see from this infograph, Tartu has actually reached quite high level of carbon neutrality. They are quite close. There are 2 black sheep in a herd, however, and this is really annoying that going the last mile is difficult. What to do about it? What Tartu did is actually why they can be called a smart city. To prepare for pandemic, you have to start 3 years earlier. That's what Tartu did. But also what was smart was using mobile positioning data from Positium to redesign public transport on strategic level, because this is the foundation of the whole service. There are many other elements to public transport. But this redesign was done in just 1.5 years, and the result was 30 lines. Instead of 30 lines, only 14. That means double the frequency, a lot better service. And why is mobile data important is that registry data doesn't tell you what happened this year. You have it from last year, you have official addresses, but it doesn't tell you if people are still commuting on this. So that's where Positium comes in. There are other companies in the world who also master this quite complex data set. But what makes us different is that our output is always on a level of official statistics. And the data set itself, why is it so good, is that it has really large sample. It contains whereabouts and movements of all subscribers of a mobile network. So the data comes from activity log. And because mobile networks are in every city in the world, this means the same process is actually replicable in any city. We have very successful use cases in using the dataset for public transport planning, for urban planning, for general transportation planning. So if all this sounds useful for you, contact Positium. The best way to do it is to contact me. Thank you.
Hi, we we're building a carbon-neutral aerial ecosystem for smart cities and regions. Now, we're going through a shift currently to reach our climate targets while improving living standards and taking full advantage of the Green Recovery Fund. We need to dramatically update our underlying infrastructure, creating digital twins to manage growth and reduce energy and maintenance demands, green mobility and autonomous systems, and removing the dull, dirty and dangerous from our everyday lives to better concentrate on innovation, productivity and creativity. Now, this requires more and better data. And of course, aerial data and even aerial logistics play a huge part in it. Isn't it great that we don't have any traffic up there? And we could actually even reduce traffic and emissions on the ground. However, there's a common limitation holding us back: the flight time of drones. How much can you do with just 20 minutes in the air at once? What if you're above water and can't land everywhere, or your delivery point is 40 minutes away? A lot of useful daylight hours go to waste because we have to constantly run around, change and charge batteries. So we end up switching back to the traditional, more expensive methods, which are big, noisy and limiting. And we're stuck in a loop, not having the right tools for it. But we actually do have those tools with a new application for a technology that was used to send Apollo to the moon in the 1960s. Meet our hydrogen drones. Enabling flight times of hours instead of minutes means that valuable data can be collected more effectively, costs can be reduced, projects completed faster, and that life-saving medical delivery actually reaches its location. Then, of course, we hit the pandemic. But as an unexpected side effect to it, when we were collecting data in the city center of our own town, Tartu, which actually acts as a really good test bed because there's no regulations for us hindering the progress. Our data ended up actually being cleaner because there was less traffic. It has been great time for digitizing our environment around us and taking smart cities to the 4.0 and doing it green. This means we can now generate the required intelligence and enable additional services while reducing the associated carbon footprint. It saves a lot of very dull manual work hours, and that also enables intelligent productivity. Drones are an essential part in the ecosystem of green, smart cities of the future. And with hydrogen drones, we can enable the full vision. Soon, you will be able to just log in, select your site, your requirements, and wait for the data to drop in your inbox. And all of this without any extra hassle, manual labor, or unnecessary pollution. A full-scale autonomous environment. Thank you for listening. Feel free to get in touch, and let's continue our path towards a fully holistic aerial ecosystem of the future. Thank you.
Bikeep is the enabler of urban micromobility. We reduce the car usage and increase bike and e-scooter usage. The way the people move around in the future cities will be completely different from the car-centric environment that we are seeing today. We're already seeing a huge influx of bicycles, e-scooters, and this means that also the cities need to change if the vehicles are going to change. And we at Bikeep are the ones who are helping the cities and the developments, the communities to change in order to be ready for micromobility, to increase its usage and to make it really work for them. We do it through different deployments of smart infrastructure. We deploy smart bike stations that enable really easy and secure bicycle parking that also includes e-bike charging, docking stations for scooters, and also smart bike lockers, and bring it all together into one seamless mobile app that makes it very easy to use for the users and gives an excellent control and overview for the operators so that they are able to make better planning decisions and see how their infrastructure actually works and what their users are actually doing. So this is an example of our bike station deployment in San Francisco, where we have enabled more bike usage towards transit stations. People are taking bikes and commuting to the transit. So thus solving the last mile problem around the transit station. It's a solar-powered station that can also act as an e-bike charging station. So more bike users for that particular location. Another example of the micromobility enablement through the smart infrastructure, docking stations for e-scooters that actually guarantee that all the e-scooters are always neatly parked. They are there where they're supposed to be. They can lock the e-scooters and they are always recharging the e-scooters. So for each next user, the device in the vehicle is always freshly recharged, thus reducing the costs of necessary operational costs for the operators. So, when we deploy our different parts of smart infrastructure across the city, the ones who are benefiting from it are business campuses, office buildings, universities, municipalities, transit stations, who are all seeing the increase in micromobility usage and benefits of it. And we know how to do this globally. We have many global success cases that we are ready to share with you to see how others similar to you are succeeding, and then take a deeper look into your particular situation and see how we are able to help you. Contact us through bikeep.com and see how others are succeeding and what we can do for you. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone. Now we are going to talk about traffic safety and smart infrastructure in the city that talks. We do what we do because still more than 90% of traffic accidents happen because humans make mistakes. Our long-term goal is to modernize the traffic infrastructure for the adoption of autonomous vehicles. Our first product is Smart Pedestrian Crosswalk. This is a crosswalk which has backlighted sign with notification LEDs which turn on automatically when pedestrian steps on the crosswalk. The system brings better situational awareness for vehicle drivers as well as pedestrians. We can collect traffic and environmental data with the system, and this system can be implemented to almost every crosswalk. What is smart about the crosswalk is that it enables V2X technology. This means it can communicate directly with vehicles, send messages inside of vehicles embedded screens. For example, we have a child behind the bush and vehicle sensors are not seeing the child, but our system is. A message will be sent to the vehicle and possibly accident will be avoided. The second use case is down at the left. You can see parcel robots, but they are confused. They don't know whether it's safe to cross the road or not. Are there vehicles approaching or not? But we, with our Smart Pedestrian Crosswalk, can send robots instant information and let them run more smoothly. How can we combat the crisis? We can add a software layer to our camera to see whether pedestrians are keeping safe distance or not. If they're not, we are going to say with our speaker, pedestrians, please keep the safe distance. And on down below, you can see a graph. You can see there a green line that shows a volume of vehicles on one street that we have installed our crosswalk. You can see degrees in the middle. That is when government of Estonia implemented restrictions to the movements in Estonia, so we can monitor the efficiency of restrictions. We have done scientific R&D for our product. Here you can see a rector of University of Tartu presenting the results to the president of Estonia. We saw that our system really is effective in notifying drivers about the pedestrians ahead. Be our partner. We work directly with municipalities, distributors, road infrastructure companies, real estate developers, you name it. To conclude, main benefits to society are increased safety for pedestrians instantly, valuable information about traffic data and environmental for further city planning, and facilitating the market entry for safe autonomous vehicles. This is our third year in a row at Smart City Expo. Let's take the most out of it. Please contact me if you are interested in our doings, and let's see if something comes out of it. Thank you very much for listening and have a good day.
At EyeVi Technologies, our mission is to make 3D mapping of road networks accessible and infrastructure management sustainable. Infrastructure digitization is in progress worldwide, and there's a growing need for digital data that is very detailed, high quality, and regularly updated to really fulfill those needs of predicting road maintenance, to extract information for different road registries and asset management systems, also to make sure from safety considerations and the traffic and parking management. Also to enable the innovative use cases of smart cities and autonomous vehicles of the future. So our solution is an on-demand mapping technology. It's a full mobile mapping solution utilizing a car-mounted panoramic camera and LiDAR scanner for capturing high accuracy geospatial data, and the AI feature extraction platform to get the meaningful information out of the data, such as the road widths, areas, road defects, types, different objects, measurements, and more. So the solution has been really developed to be and optimized to be scalable to thousands and tens of thousands of kilometers to sustain those regular updates and thus sustain the infrastructure management. So our team has been in the area of geospatial data collection and digitization for the past 10 years. We were the ones back in the day operating a Google project to cover the full Baltic area, 3 countries, around 125,000 kilometers. After that, we started developing our own mapping solution, which now has been rigorously tested across 4 different continents. From now, 2020, we are fully focused on technology and furthering our R&D and machine learning and supporting the local operators. Our business model is simple. We actually ship you the equipment, which comes in 2 boxes for you to do that data capturing, and give you a price for the kilometers and type of data you want to produce. So there's no need to really invest in expensive hardware or software licenses. These are some of our recent collaborations, partners, clients. And if you're also a company that is doing infrastructure mapping, management, inventories, or inspections, you can definitely utilize our technology. And if you're building solutions on top of this type of data, visual data, road asset data, GIS data, then definitely get in contact with us. And of course, the city authorities, local authorities, we will find a way to meet your needs together with your local partners. So thank you, and come join our journey for mapping the future.
Hi. Put yourself in the shoes of global IoT company who wants to expand or operate in different countries. So the first thing that they need to do is figure out how to do it. And first of all, they need to figure it out what connectivity technology they are using. Then they have to figure it out which telecom to use and which one to pick. Then they find out that there are 2G, 3G shutdowns happening in the world. Then they figured out that maybe they need to use narrowband or Cat-M1 technologies after all. And finally, they see that there are countries in the world that have very strict permanent roaming restrictions in place, and they can't roam with their devices for more than 60 days in a row. Nobody nowadays are buying megabytes or gigabytes when setting up their connectivity, because they have 5 to 10 years of technological outlook that they need. Also, they need to have a flexibility in putting together pricing packages and operating with different telecoms. So this is where 1OT comes in. What we do is that we are aggregators of 12 different telecoms worldwide. We act as a telecom independent connectivity provider. We have developed our own connectivity management platform, and we control and own the customer relationship. What makes us special is the eSIM. eSIM looks the same as a regular SIM card, but acts totally different. It allows to swap and change telecoms over there with a click of a button. So in essence, we are like a telecom Tinder, where clients can pick which telecom they need, and they can do it whenever they wish. They can swipe left and right on our platform and compare pricing packages. We combine the eSIM solution with our platform, where they can control the SIMs, switch them on and off, set data limits, as well as change the telecom profiles. Also, we are providing very strong support and have very good hardware competence. So definitely we go beyond of the competence area of telecoms. So thank you, and in case of any questions, please reach out to hello@1ot.com.
Hi. Signage is used extensively to convey information about the surrounding environments. However, the contents of a majority of these signs are fixed for our entire lifetimes. We strive to bring these signs to life by using digital signage and e-paper displays, and I will illustrate this with a couple of examples. Schools and universities typically place room names or room numbers directly next to the lecture halls. However, some universities have adopted digital solutions that make it possible for them to display real-time information about the lectures, including the lecturers, the durations, and also the descriptions of the curriculums. Additionally, it is possible to show information about the campus news and show information about COVID, such as social distancing measures. When combined with external systems, it is possible to create crowd control systems that limit the attendance of the lectures. When we look at hospitals, then they have been under a lot of pressure due to the COVID pandemics, and we believe that there are ways we can help them improve their efficiency by using e-paper signage. We, together with our partners, have proposed a system for a new hospital currently under construction that utilizes e-paper displays in order to show information from central databases. This includes personal information of the patients, medical histories, as well as the required drugs of the patients. And all of this information can conveniently be placed next to the beds thanks to the intrinsic properties of e-paper, as they don't emit any light when compared to LCD panels, for example. When we look at transportation and signage in public areas outdoors, then e-paper is a true game changer. It has an extremely low power consumption, as it only consumes energy when the contents shown on the displays are changed. Therefore, it is possible to design systems that are powered by solar panels and can operate in a completely autonomous way. Nevertheless, the benefits of e-paper also apply to tougher climates. For example, one of the intrinsic properties of e-paper is that the contents of the displays are preserved even when the power is lost. Finally, I want to mention the Estonian National Museum, as they have adopted a truly interactive yet contactless museum experience. They have installed over 850 e-paper displays in the museum, and this enables them to provide visitors with RFID tickets, which can then be used to change the language and the contents shown on the displays next to the exhibits. I hope you will join us in our mission to digitalize the signage industry. Thank you.
Hi everyone. The Estonian ambitious IT sector dares to create innovative e-services that change and help the world during COVID-19 crisis. Our company, Astro Baltics, saw the opportunity to make revolution in fuel retail sector by offering a safe payment and management solution. As COVID-19 crisis affects the overall economy and also fuel stations, actions need to be taken by adapting new, safe ways for refueling. Even though governments are making new restrictions to keep people stay at home, a car can be considered also as a safe environment. The question is it still safe to fuel? We know that the problem is that the overall fueling process and especially payment process cannot be considered safe. Even if you can pay outside, there are too many touching points, payment system, nozzles, and other contacts. But what will be the solution? A new safe way is to use mobile payment applications that let customers pay for fuel inside the car. The solution will be 100% COVID-free if there is a pump attendant who will insert the nozzle to the customer's car. Bringing back pump attendants temporarily and taking mobile payments into use could keep the station still running during the pandemic. This could be the start of a fight against the current situation. This way, people can still move around without spreading the virus, and once in a while, everyone wants to get out from their home and go, for example, hiking. Astro Baltics is the leading fuel station technology company in Estonia, and we took the fuel station concept to a whole new level. The new concept of a fuel station is light on hardware and cost and heavy on functionalities. It is also the safest way to pay for fuel during COVID-19. Our new concept is a contactless payment with mobile, so there's no need to leave your car, and after a successful payment, the command will be sent directly to the pump. For the fuel station owner, there will be an environment where you can see real-time data and make updates from distance. And also there's a forecourt device controller that manages all the equipment and turns your stations into IoT. Our solution is already used in Estonia and Austria. It is ready to go and can be adapted within a day. This way, fuel station owners can have their own mobile payment application without developing it by themselves. Thank you.
You might have heard the quote by John F. Kennedy. When written in Chinese, the word crisis is composed of two characters. One represents danger and the other represents opportunity. Apparently, this interpretation is not entirely correct linguistically, but nevertheless, Kennedy's words well describe the collective crisis what we are experiencing right now. The global COVID-19 pandemic is the situation where danger and opportunity are really meeting. During this session, we introduced you what kind of ideas Estonian companies have seen during this crisis, what opportunities they have sought here. I hope this gave you a new idea how we can collaborate in order to do the next step. In order to next step have been very bold one. In order to do the next step forward, the greener, more sustainable and safer future. All the presentation what you've seen here today, you can see also in the website Trade with Estonia. Look under the events, everything will be uploaded there. I hope you had an interesting time with us. Thank you for being with us.